guys, welcome to Goldedge TV, your favorite entertainment channel where we bring you everything entertainment, and I am your favorite host, Blessing Robinson. Guys, you know that on Goldedge TV we talk about everything entertainment, and when I say everything, I mean everything, not leaving any stone unturned. So today we want to review the particular movie that is somehow on the lips of everyone right now, King of Thieves, Ageshikole by Femi Adebayo. Now you will have still talking about King of Thieves Ageshikole by Femi Adebayo, and this movie was produced by Hand Hill Studio and Euphoria 360. Well, you might seem to think that this movie just talks about the Yoruba culture and all that. It doesn't just talk about the Yoruba culture. It talks about heroism. It talks about maternal love. It talks about revenge. It talks about betrayal. People tend to watch Yoruba movie from the Yoruba Epic channel, and we don't tend to go to cinemas to watch Yoruba movies some sort. And some people feel like, oh, because it's a Yoruba movie, so the non-Yoruba speaking audience cannot watch the movie, kind of. But it is a movie that is actually relatable to everything, and most especially the culture of humanism itself, instead of just the Yoruba culture. And this is the kind of movie that both the non-Yoruba speaking audience can flow and understand this movie. Now, we saw characters like Toyin Abraham, we saw Lateef Adedimeji, we saw Mr. Macaroni, we saw Broda Shaggi and the likes. And at some point when I saw these characters, I felt like, oh, this movie is going to come with some kind of epic feels into it, or some kind of comic feels into it. Even though it's epic, I was expecting to see more of the comic stuff and from the characters itself. Now, before I go into the characterization, I think you need to have an idea of what this movie itself is talking about. In a kingdom where there is zero tolerance for any form of social vices, especially stealing, lies the domain of the most dreaded thief in the history of Ajeromi. To finish his coronation rites, the king must pay homage to the existing factions in his kingdom, the Ifa diviners and the witches, the wizard, the Songo oracles, the spiritual forces, and the heavenly beings known as masqueraders. The king was king over all, loved by everything he watched over, touched by none except for Ageshikole. Oba Adebite Tadeni Karo's coronation was greeted with Ageshikole's several attacks, bringing the people to their knees in fear and trembling as his name. Struggling with the reality of the ruin of his reign by Ageshikole, Oba Adebite, married to Queen Mobonuola, noticed that his wife sleeps in a weird position. Could she be a witch? All attempts to bring normalcy to the land and salvage the people from the dreadful hand of Ageshikole brought even more misery to the people, as Ageshikole was insurmountable, defying the king's supremacy. Even the hunters could not dare Ageshikole and his boys. It was so powerful that not even Songo could not withstand Ageshikole's might. Abegode, a skillful member of the masquerader, felt powerful enough to challenge Ageshikole to a battle, but ended in the belly. The king's only son, Adefimiho, whom he had kept a secret, was killed by Ageshikole. That was the last stroke that broke the camel's back. Oguntade, the head of the hunters, stole a deer to save his wife's neck. The king couldn't spare him in his mourning mood when caught. He had to face the consequences of his action, as the custom of Ajeromi had zero tolerance for stealing. He would kill him for stealing a deer or bringing the head of Ageshikole. What becomes the hunter's fate, whose love for his wife led him to the lion's den? Which is greater, the love of a mother or the fear of Ageshikole? You can actually tell that the movie is an interesting movie itself, but there are some things that you need to, understand before going into the cinema to watch the movie. Like, you need to sit and say, oh, is this a movie that I can watch? Is it a movie that, goes in line with something I'm interested in? Now, there are some people, even though they are Yoruba people, they do not enjoy Yoruba films. There are some people that do not even watch Nigerian movies. Like some Nigerians do not watch Nigerian movies. They prefer to watch foreign movies than that of Nigerian. So some may not be interested in watching Nigerian film. But if you are someone who actually, know what culture means, if you are deep into culture, you understand culture, and you have value for culture, I think Ageshikole is the kind of movie that you would want to watch, or King of Thieves is the kind of movie you might want to watch. Now, I had to, look at the graphics, I had to look at the effect and all. Now, if you see that part where Femi Adebayo was, all that, the eyes, the effect, the lighting on his face and all that, you will realize that, okay, there's so much effort in this, and it actually came with the purpose. Now, I actually sat back and I was actually wondering or imagining what the character of someone like Broda Shaggi and Mr. Macaroni would be. Now, because in other skits and other videos I've actually seen them, they used to be this comic feel, they're always funny and all that. So I actually expected that they should be so funny in the movie. And the fact that, we didn't even get to see Mr. Macaroni and Broda Shaggi in too many scenes. I think it was just about 1 or 2 scenes that they were, shown. And it was like, oh, when I was seeing the whole thriller and everything, it seemed as though they were, in so many scenes in the movie. I also looked at Toyin Abraham. The same with Odunlade Adekola. Now, he is this person who is very funny, he brings out, comic relief into everything he's into. But there was nothing comic about his character in, this movie, as he played the character Oba Adebite. And personally, I feel that that character given to him, or that character he actually didn't allow him to portray the real person that he is. There was a time where I expected him to confront Ageshikole, even though he did, but it wasn't, what I expected thus far, seeing the movie and all of that. I expected something more. At that point where we had Ageshikole and Oba Adebite together, I expected, something more than what I saw. But it was amazing, I'm telling you, for real. So let's look at the character Toyin Abraham played in this movie. She happened to play the Queen Mobonuola, and at some point I felt that there's something missing in this movie, because this happens to be Queen Mobonuola happens to be the wife of the king, and they've been married for years. But how come king didn't know that the wife has been a witch? So I felt like something was missing in that movie. There happened to be a narrator of the movie, and this person, he's Segun Arinze. He was the one who actually, narrated the movie, from the beginning to the end and all that, which made it more understandable for the non-Yoruba speaking audience. But all the same, this movie put together is actually an exciting and interesting one. Like when I saw this movie, I felt, oh, it's not a waste of time. The epic feel in it, the cultural, details in it. It made so much sense, and I had to look back at the premiere of this movie. Guys, you can tell that the premiere actually made so much present in the social media space. I'm talking about the costumes, I'm talking about everything that happened at the movie premiere, and that actually excited a lot of people to go see the movie. Now, when Femi Adebayo said that this movie or this movie premiere is themed epic and dangerous, a lot of people actually took this matter very serious. I'm telling you, like, if you were present at that movie premiere, you would see that people actually took it so personal. Now, one of the persons I saw at the movie premiere that got me thrilled is no one else but Iyabo Ojo. Now, guys, her outfit was totally epic and dangerous. At first, I saw the trailer at before I went for the premiere and all that. I saw the trailer and I said that I've already seen some of the characters in this movie. But when I saw Iyabo Ojo at the movie premiere, in my head I said, is she in this movie? Because she actually took it upon herself to be epic and dangerous at that premiere. And her outfit was one of those outfits that made rounds on social media. People were talking about it like, she went extra miles to get that outfit, and it actually made a whole lot of sense. Let's talk about Stan Nze, who actually won the 1 million naira for the best dressed male at the movie premiere. Well, I had to ask Stan a couple of questions, and And when he talked about how he prepared for that outfit, you could see that it was actually epic and he actually deserved it. He actually deserved it. And guys, cowries flying everywhere. I'm talking about other people's outfits, you know. It was so full of culture. It was so full of epic feels and all of that. And it was really amazing. But I just had to highlight, you know, a couple of people like Iyabo Ojo and the likes who actually went extra. Guys, and then the best dressed female at the movie premiere, Eniola Ajao. Well, when I saw her and the outfit in my head, before, you know, she was announced the winner, I just said that this outfit was amazing and it seemed as though she was going to win it because, you know, it was full of, you know, the epic things, the cowries from head to toe. And I'm like, people actually went extra miles for this. And the fact that the love that, you know, the Yoruba film industry brought in at that movie premiere was top notch. Like, it was amazing. Everyone was present. People came in their large numbers, and I'm like, they came dressed, they spent money looking expensive, looking epic, looking dangerous. I also saw Enioluwa looking, you know, the entrance, the entourage, everything. It made so much sense. And that alone, you know, got its own taste, its own audience in the social media space, its own awareness. It created so much awareness for the movie, and it made people, you know, got interested in watching the movie. Mind you, the people who came for this movie premiere are not just the Yoruba film actors and actresses. We had people from both Nollywood and everything. They came in there to, you know, show their support to Femi Adebayo, and also went in to see the movie for the first time. And now everyone is talking about King of Thieves Ageshikole. Like I said, it's a movie you would want to watch because it's that movie that, you know, keeps the audience glued to the screen from start to finish. Like, you would not even want to stand up for a minute because you want to know what next is happening. It's also filled with some kind of suspense and all that, and it makes it more interesting. So yes, it's still showing in the cinema, and I think at this point, from watching this video from the beginning to this end, you would feel, or you would think that it's a movie that you want to watch, because yes, it is a movie that everyone can watch and understand, including the non-Yoruba speaking people. Alright guys, thanks for watching to the end of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to get more updates when we make a post. You can also drop a comment in the comment section. I am still your favorite girl and host, Blessing Robinson. This is GoldEdge TV. Do good to follow us on our social media handle at GoldEdge TV on Instagram. See you in my next video. Bye for now.